A train wrecked to spin fire. The NFT analyzer, diving deep into projects. He's the crypto energizer. From your meme coins to tokens, he's got all the intel. Web3 is a dream, show you where to excel. He's got the insights like a digital magician, unveiling secrets of the blockchain with precision. While stories from the web, he's always in the know. Crypto community, vibing where the treasures flow. Web3 wonders, chain reactors on the scene.
All right, Mega GMs, guys, welcome to the Swarm Report. Friday edition, community edition, live on Spaces, live on all the usuals. Let's see, X, Abstract, YouTube. I got to get the tweet out here for the X side, though. But, guys, come on the show today. Come chat with us over on the X side. We got the companion spaces. That's for you guys to come join and vibe and hang and talk with us. A lot going on this week, dude. Market-wise, shit week. Yeah, shit week in the market. But it's nice that we had that little AI boost last week. You know, like AI is kind of different. AI is kind of maybe heading down a different path right now. So excited to talk some of that today. AI market, prediction markets, of course. Today's show powered by PredictBase. Yeah, a lot to get to. I'm excited for this. Co-host today, again, the great Cats Fanatic. Welcome, buddy. And I got you muted. Let me unmute you.
No, you're good. GM.
How you doing, man?
I'm excited to be here as always. I love this show. It's my
yeah.
favorite day, especially if we can get some people up chatting.
We had chatters last week. That was actually a lot of fun. I missed it.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah. All right, so we'll get that cooking. We probably go long like usual, right? Friday's usually not just an hour. We'll go, as long as people, as long as we need to. We just kind of, so it's a vibe show. How about that? Should be pretty damn good. Give me a quick moment just to get the show tweeted out here, and then we'll get right into it. Boom. I think we're good. Boom. Okay. All right, done. Let's see. Smash a like on the show, guys, wherever you may be watching. But come over to CryptoSlam over on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe over here. Dude, we got some... Well, first off, okay, Will and Goon had their, 50th anniversary, 50th episode Spaces last night, which was awesome. Like, those guys are great. They really are. Like, awesome space. Tons of teams on there sharing what they've been working on and, what's coming up and just kind of like memory lane kind of stuff. So it was awesome to get to go up with Scott and talk a little bit, real brief, because we all had 5 minutes. I think we maybe had 10, but to talk about what we've been building and tease a little of what's coming. And it's always so tricky. Scott bailed my ass out because I never know what I can and can't say. Or you know what it is? The thing I can and can't say today kind of changes tomorrow and a week later. So I never knew. I hope I did it. I hope I did it okay. Little teases. But Scott came in with actually a big tease. We have a really, dude, we got a really cool announcement coming next week. Really, really cool. And it's something everything we do really excites me. It does. I like the tools and products we're building with the end vision, the end goal in mind. I'm really excited about what we're cooking. But next week we have a different kind of, announcement coming that it's pretty damn cool. You want to make sure you catch that. So again, make sure you're subscribed here. All the places to follow. It's CryptoSlam IO over on X. Just putting out there again all the pieces that are going to start coming into place here. So stay tuned to the comms out there. SlamAI _XYZ as well. Dude, and follow our boy Cats Fanatic 0G. Give him a follow on X. I'll pull up at the end of the show everybody's handles, but give him a follow here too. Let's do. I really want to get to prediction markets kind of quickly here, but why don't let's touch on the market real quick, broader crypto market, which...
Let's get sad before we get happy.
Oh, dude. So, not a great week. And we've talked to death about why and, expectations and all that. And actually, we should do a little of that because it's fun to get your take on it. But, Yeah, I wasn't expecting this yesterday, seeing that we had bounced back, right? We had touched 99 earlier in the week. We bounced back. We're hanging around 100, 103 Bitcoin, which is great. I wasn't expecting this morning to, come to CoinGecko and see Bitcoin back at under 100. I wasn't expecting it. And that said, there's no reason why we shouldn't be here with everything that's like just up in the air. With everything up in the air, and we don't know what's happening when, and there's some really important things coming that we just like, we don't know when they're going to happen. The government shutdown is the biggest factor here. China-US trade war. While the stuff from a couple of weeks ago kind of cooled off, there's starting to be this talk out there about AI. It's like it's really driven by AI, and China may be going to win this AI race. And I'll show you in a moment here, but we're now banning some different kind of chip exports to China, like we were doing not long ago. Yeah, things kind of heating up again. But the biggest thing again, government shutdown and really Supreme Court ruling on tariffs. So these are the big things hanging over us right now. And we there's no cooking without those resolved. But I have a feeling about how you're feeling, Cats. But like, why don't you tell us how you're feeling about the market?
I mean, the market is what it is. Like, we talk about this a lot. It's not over. We got to resolve some short-term stuff and we'll be back. I still think we probably hit all-time high by the end of the year, but it sucks right now. I'm with you. I was like, all right, we're bottomed out. Let's buy some stuff. All that stuff is now down. That's why I shouldn't trade. I just need to quit trading.
Oh, funny. So at the very least, like, dude, I was too worried. I was expecting that we weren't done with bleeding out and just whatever. I didn't buy anything, and I haven't, and I'm still not. Like, we're at a moment here where, like, you guys hear me, I'm conflicted with where we're going. Like, right, I still like Cats. I believe up into the right for Bitcoin is, to me, just so obvious, but everything else I'm not sure. I'm really not. I'm not convinced that alts have any kind of major rally, although I could see they could. I've got a whole other side where I'm like, I could debate myself all day long. I need to see some specific things happen before I'm ready to dive back in and start redeploying, because I don't know. I think that trade war stuff could be way more impactful than just, okay, they're illegal or they're legal, that they stand and we continue. I don't think it's that. I think that could be super disruptive. I'm staying out. I'm not taking any trades, making any trades until I know what way we're going. But I'm pretty confident where we're going. So that said, I mean, there's probably some really big money to be made in a market like this if you fucking believe that we're going to be back to cooking here.
To be fair, a lot of my buying was because I was trying to farm Butler. I just quit. I just gave up. I'm like, you know what? I'm just losing money in farming this at this point. So
yeah,
if my trades are wrong, then I'm screwed. So,
but dude, I mean, it's probably smart to be doing that. And of course, there's trades out there. Zcash is insane. Zcash is freaking sane. What that has become all of a sudden, I think as of today, officially a top 20 crypto. Let me see if we're up here. I think it's, there we go. 18. This is by market cap. It's a $10 billion coin, Zcash now. I haven't traded it, kind of regret it, but also don't, because I also think the narrative there is kind of funny, and I think there's some better plays out there if you want to get into the privacy meta. I talked about you probably, I think last Friday we mentioned you, and I still got you on my calendar, December 13th, and you're coming on the show, or at least you're going to be in the chat, and we'll talk. Either way, he's got his prediction that all-time high December 13th.
Yeah, so we got to quit bleeding out so we can get to all-time high. Cash out then. It's over on December 13th.
I love it.
I got it on my calendar too.
I hope. I just got a feeling. That said, dude, this is random out of nowhere too. I had the weirdest alien dream this week. The weirdest fucking most realistic alien dream. Like I like actually it was scary as shit too. Like super, super scary. Oh, you motherfucker. Don't you dare do that.
Backtracking now.
Kojo comes in here like a month ago and says December 13th, all-time high. And we're betting on it now, dude. We're betting on that date. And now he just drops in the chat and says, didn't say what year. You're a monster, dude. You're a real fucking menace. I dig it. I think this year. I do.
When's the Atlas comet thing? It's supposed to be like December 19th passing Earth, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
Is that fueling your alien fever dreams?
I wonder, dude. I wonder. Like, yeah, it is. And that thing's got some interesting stuff. It's glowing super bright, and it's a weird color. It's bright blue. But the weirdest thing is it's sped up. it sped up. It moved in a way that, you know, you couldn't account for, like the gravity, like its path around the sun is going to slingshot it a bit. It's moving faster. But what's really interesting yesterday, dude, is they now detected another object that's between it and us. And it's like, you could probably read into that. They're like, it's all just rocks, most likely. 99.9% chance it's just rocks. But like, if there were a spaceship and it were sending out like a scout ship too, this is exactly what it would look like. So they still kind of don't know. But my dream, dude, my dream was so real, it actually spooked me. And like my dream, it was just I was outside and looking up in the sky and I saw a big craft up there. And then all of a sudden, instantly, there were all these like aliens around us and they were creepy as shit. And they don't look like aliens I've seen before. And I'd like go into that stuff, right? They don't look like the aliens I've seen before. They were super tall and they were like almost like square shape, not so like rectangle shaped, but they were humanoid. It was really fucking realistic. And now I just feel funny. Like I told my wife this morning, like, what if that's a thing? What if that's actually real? Anyway, we'll keep our eyes on 3i Atlas. That thing is fascinating. You guys should probably just keep your eyes on Zcash. That's probably a better idea. Just with Zcash, Beanie's got a great take out there just saying like how silly we are, dude. Like the privacy coin is Monero. And Monero is such a privacy coin that you can't buy it on exchanges. Like you can't because it's too powerful, dude. And it's like that coin isn't moving like this stuff. I don't know. I don't trust the Zcash thing other than it's got the big names, influencers all pushing it now. Tech-wise, I don't know. I think it's probably good, but is it a real privacy coin and all? I just don't know. But maybe the ultimate point is opportunities even in a shit market to make a lot of money. This thing's up 70% in the past week. This thing is absolutely cooking. You can make a bet on a privacy coin kinda through Mute, which is a virtuals agent token. It's a privacy DEX that's going to get baked into, it'll have Butler utility, right? I think it's going to get baked into virtuals. And they're building out some tooling around Monero too. So like just really, really interesting and still in our like, you know, home court. So lots to keep your eyes on here. All right, hang on. We got Musty coming up here. What's up? Actually, he ain't up yet, but a rare Musty sighting. Hang on.
Musty came in when you were talking about alien dreams.
Oh, dude.
He's immediately like, wait, am I on the weekend stream? What's happening?
Here. Musty, welcome, buddy.
Yeah, I'm just coming to check on you. You're talking about aliens and your PFP is strange. So I'm just checking in on your mental health here today.
That PFP's probably got to go, dude. Like it
definitely has to go.
Like it's so stupid. Like I do the stupidest shit. I do this self-sabotage shit. Like when I first started doing like video streaming, whatever, I was like, I'm not gonna tell anybody about it. I'll just like see if we get organic traction. And my buddy teases me. He's like, it's such a great fucking idea. Do a thing and like hide it. Don't let anybody know you're doing it. Stupid. And so now I take it to the next extreme. I put it on PFP that literally makes you cross-eyed when you look at it. It's like makes you nauseous. Fucking stupid. I need to change it, but I'm going to put it on the screen. It literally makes you nauseous if you stare at this thing. Check it out. Musty, by the way, I'm good. Oh, dude, I hate that. Hang on. When you're in a spaces, you can't click on your PFP. Yeah, we can't look at it. Good for you guys, but it literally will make you cross-eyed when you look at it. Musty, how are you, brother?
Am I right or what?
No, you're good. I think.
Oh. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, we're chilling. I don't know what's going on. I sold a bunch into cash, took all my money off leverage, sold my doodle, had a nice loss, bought this Milady. I'm about to pivot to InfoFi. That's pretty much it.
Ooh, what an InfoFi?
I don't know yet. I'm just talking with a couple people who've been doing it. They're kind of giving me the rundown, like where to start, how to start. So I'm just, gathering all the puzzle pieces together before I start.
Is this like mercenary mode now?
This is frustration that I'm actually using my own money to trade here when other people don't need money to do things and make money. Yeah. And I'm over here trying to do lines and all this other shit. And when other people are just typing, they're just using time, not time.
It's probably smart. It's funny because I think some people stayed away from InfoFi because it was frowned on. And I get why, but also it's
really gay.
I hate it, dude, but also there's a lot of money out there for people doing the InfoFi thing. Fuck what other people are saying. ICOB saying you're going to wreck your account if you do it. Look, he's not wrong, but also for some people, you're passing up the opportunity to make more money than you'd make trading. potentially. Like, you should probably be doing the InfoFi game. So I like it mostly. Also, dude, I like the PFP a lot. I like that trade out of the doodle into Milady. I think smart. Yeah, I like it. I like it. Trump saying, by the way, and I'm really curious with the Supreme Court tariff ruling. I don't even know when that ruling comes, but saying he's a backup plan if they rule against the tariffs. Again, there's so much coming still that's good for us, but I think equal things that are really, really bad for us. Like, that spooks me hearing Trump has a plan about anything. So I'm sitting out for now, man. Although what Musty's doing, I don't think I'd sit out if I had free money coming in and it's just like free plays. You know, you get to roll the dice on somebody else's dime. I kind of dig that. So that's the play.
I mean, that's how I've been playing, and I don't really like InfoFi. I just don't enjoy doing it. But if there's something that I'm into anyway, and there's a campaign going on, then I'll participate. And it's more like in chirps. Like, I've actually done really well in chirps. People like don't really know about chirps outside of virtuals, but some of those campaigns have done really well. And so, you know, and even like with the butler farming, you know, I mean, make a few $100 and now take that and throw it around and play with it and then lose it. And I'm like, well, that was fun. But yeah, I don't disagree with getting free money while it's out there. I just like all the Kaido stuff I don't enjoy. And even everybody's on Zeet now, and I'm just like, I just don't enjoy it.
Pick the one that fits the best and hit it hard.
Yeah.
So,
but you definitely can make money. I mean, that's no doubt.
I think Arbus is kind of like a good secret weapon for that too, because they're kind of under the radar. The rewards are pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Damn good. What was that, Musty?
I think the InfoFi thing is just becoming too hard to ignore. You know, it's just like I said. You know, I'm happy that I put my money on leverage. I got to, like, you know, become a beginner and learn a skill that will last, you know, forever. Versus InfoFi, which eventually has a life cycle to a certain extent. But it's hard to ignore at this point that it literally is free money if you're willing to put in the time, even if you don't like it or whatever it is. Right? If there's just some campaign that's offering you, you know, whatever it is. Like some of these campaigns, bro, like the top 10 people, you know, the top person can make 40K, you know, 10 can make 8K. Like, that's a lot of money, bro, especially for putting in $0. Like, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of dumb to not do
Definitely.
it, to be honest.
Yep.
So I like it. I like it. JP Morgan says Bitcoin could reach 170K over the next 6 to 12 months. I like it. I like that there's still people that are, I mean, really as like optimistic as I am. I'm there. Could reach 170 over the next 6 to 12 months. And I still think most of us on the same page. This doesn't end now. Like, not over. Bear market in 2026 for crypto still doesn't make a ton of sense. But
how much Bitcoin does JP Morgan hold?
It's a good point, dude. It's
Pump
a good
their bags.
Yeah, you got to keep that in mind too. Like when I hear Kathy Woods talking, and you know, I'm like, they have a big reason to be talking like that too. They do. So there is bag bias for sure. Frank tweeted this out. I'll read it off, but also this is like a counter take to like what I was saying yesterday, where I could see the scenario, that K-shaped recovery where it's like Bitcoin and like some really great assets. Actually, maybe this is that, but great assets up. Everything else dies off, like the trash, but also not even just trash, but like mostly everything else doesn't. Frank says next wave of crypto is probably violent repricing of top 100 crypto coins. I like that idea, right? I can get with that maybe alts do really rally. Maybe alts do actually find that all-time high still. I could see that there's a consolidation. Zcash is kind of the proof that can happen. And then if you get the momentum and you get belief back in this space again, and how easy is it to believe in the stuff that's been here for so long, for years and years and years? And I could see that playing out. Top 100 cryptos, you know, just as an idea. The quality stuff actually has a great rest of the this year into next year, and then things like NFTs done for the cycle. I don't believe that, but you know, you get the point here. So I don't know, where I think everybody's just in wait and watch mode to see like what happens next and how long it lasts for. But man, nobody knows anything. I did catch this tweet from Josh Mann that I thought was interesting. Okay, here's the thing. As we're trying to guess and feel out and watch for any signs of what's to come, I still believe crime is to come. I still believe there's some fuckery, and I still believe there's a master plan, which might be really stupid to think there's a plan, but I still think there's some kind of plan, right? Yeah, okay.
My buddy was DMing me yesterday, and he was sending me Brian Armstrong from Coinbase. He was tweeting very bullish about the future of Coinbase and the future of crypto. And my buddy's like, why wasn't he doing this weeks ago when Bitcoin was at 120? Why did they absolutely bend everybody over, try to flush everybody out? And now Zcash is pumping.
Yep.
JP Morgan talking Bitcoin to 170. Coinbase, like, I do believe that at this point, like, I'm fairly new to crypto, but I do believe at this point that that crypto's become a fairly inorganic place, and that the big dogs just do whatever they want, whenever they feel. And I feel like this is going to be one of those times where they send it one more time. By send it, I don't know if they're going to send altcoins, but I think, just if you're sitting in the majors, you probably still have upside. I don't know how much, but yeah.
With you, dude. With you. And then this take, and I'm not going to say like I fully understand it, but again, I think there's some kind of plan. I do. So he put out this kind of cryptic tweet saying, I'm getting this feeling last time when the crazy specific prediction came true so precisely, wanted to lock all my doors, close the curtains. And I'm like, well, what was his prediction last time? Or actually, fuck that. What's his prediction this time, right? And when I realized what his prediction is, hang on, browser a little slow, something to do with the government, and this I think ties to the Bitcoin Strategic Reserve, that the play there is something to do with the IBIT ETF, the Bitcoin ETF, and MicroStrategy, owning like stock ownership and ETFs, and if that's a way to build out the strategic Bitcoin reserve. I don't know. That's the way I read this tweet, but I'm just connecting dots that maybe shouldn't be connected, but I still think the strategic Bitcoin reserve is a huge fucking catalyst this cycle. Huge for when they reveal how they fund the thing, how they acquire Bitcoin. And I just have thought for a long time that there was more to the strategy thing because it makes such little sense in a way, but felt like there's something there. I don't know. I'm just putting this on people's radar in case it plays out this way, but we'll see. I'm still betting on a crime or a master plan.
I know you sit pretty illiquid, because you make a lot of plays, you do this full time or whatever. But Cats, I think you sit a little bit more liquid than Hudah would. Are you buying stuff here, or are you just kind of sitting on your hands and you've already sold what you bought? Or
I don't think Musty had joined when I just said, "Oh yeah, it went under 100." I started buying stuff, and now I'm down on stuff again. But I, my liquidity is more on stuff I make on the side, and I mean, let's be real. Any gains I get, I go and degen it away. So,
Yep.
But yeah, I've been buying it, and I told him like I've been doing a lot of Butler farming in the virtuals ecosystem, and so I take a lot of that. I mean, and I made. It's funny because whenever Butler was or whenever virtuals was just pumping and everything was pumping, I made pretty decent money just on trades, and then got all the airdrops from Butler. Of course, I used all that to go heavier, and then now I'm down just about as much as I made. So the fun of being a degen.
Yep.
Yeah, that's fair. So would you say that most of your port is invested, or like your on-chain port is invested, or in stables?
I still have quite a few. I mean, I still have stuff stabled up, honestly. Like I've got like 3 different USD yield farms I'm in. Because I mean that's free money. Honestly, like if people aren't using the different yield farm options, they're missing out. But I have play money and I have money on the side.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I mean, dude, I have USDC just sitting around doing fucking nothing. So yeah, I would love to.
No, you don't need to do that. Don't just have your USDC not making money for you.
Now that's kind of interesting because like I did want to talk about these, like there's so many new yield farming platforms and protocols, and what was that one yesterday, Hourglass? And I still need to like dive in and really like learn that. But like funny, I did play this, I don't know, this part of the cycle a little different where I did stable up and I'm sitting on, I don't know, maybe 15 grand in stables, and I'm not ready to spend it yet. Like I'm not doing anything with it yet. It's going to sit there till, like I said just before, right? I'm waiting to see a sign in the market that we're done. I don't want to lose it. And the smart thing would be to put it in some kind of yield farming protocol, something. I don't, dude. Okay. It's probably a good segue. Well, I want to get to the AI stuff later, but Butler released this new, it's actually through BIOS. Who was it?
Yeah, I think it's BIOS.
BIOS. Yeah. This new yield farming kind of tool through Butler. And I'm like, it'd be smart to put it there. I'm so scared of all these protocols after seeing some of these, protocols get drained earlier this week, or was it last week, right? Balancer and Steam or Stream. I'm like, I feel better. It's not enough money where I'm going to make anything that matters. So I'd rather just sit on it, dude. Right? Does that stuff scare you? Putting your money, like, you know?
I had the same thought as you.
Yeah, and it's fair, and like that's why I have it spread between multiple.
That's smart, actually.
But you know, there's a lot of different options.
That's a smart way to address like the risks.
Yeah.
Like do it, but spread it out. If one of them gets got, it's not going to be all of them, most likely.
It's also a bankroll thing though too. You know, like I have a little bit less than you stabled right now, Hudah. So it's like from a bankroll perspective, it's like, is it worth it? You know, when you have 10 to 15K, it's really not going to net you much. But at the end of the day, it's better than nothing. You know, it's like a regular bank account versus the high yield. You know, it's kind of like you're not getting rich here, but it's better than zero. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
All right.
Man, I don't know. We could get into strategy at some point with that. What's kind of cool is you are getting better, you know, again, platforms, protocols for yield farming. It's maturing, getting more competitive too, which we all actually knew would come when stablecoin adoption grew the way it's growing now. And it's only going to get more competitive. There's going to be better yield and ways to farm. And it's really good for us, man. So it's a good time to be exploring that stuff at least putting something in to learn, you know, where is the best spot and most trustworthy spot you can park your money. So start feeling that all out. Dude, fuck it. Let's jump into prediction markets because that's a place to be spending some time for sure. Especially when the market's like this. I'm going to play the little thing because I like it.
Do it.
Let's do it. Where is it? Where's my video? Okay, hang on. There it is.
Set it, forget it, predict it, open it, PredictBase. Conviction is giving a bet all right now.
Damn, sometimes AI is so cool. Just being able to put that thing together mostly with AI was so fucking cool. Like the song and the clips, yeah, it's pretty cool. Prediction market's getting ridiculous, dude. Like breaking news, stuff like that, but also like the market itself is, dude, all-time highs basically in every category, which is crazy. So I'm looking over on Dune, and there's some good dashboards over there, by the way. But weekly prediction markets, notional volume, all-time high. Like smashed it, and the all-time high was just the week before too, by the way, but just like smashing it. They now have opinion counted here as well. I don't think they had that even a week ago. If they did, I missed it, but I don't think they did. We're over what is this 3 billion in notional volume?
Is that the Binance one?
Opinion, I think so. Yeah. Yep. It's Kalshi Kalshi is your leader here. 1.2 billion.
Dominant.
It's a billion, dude. That's so crazy. And still, it's nothing compared to where it's going, which kind of the craziest part. But yeah, all-time high there. All-time high in weekly volume too. Let's see. Polymarket's top dog over there. Where's Kalshi? Oh, hang on. Yeah, where's Kalshi here? Why would Kalshi not be here? I don't know. Maybe the dashboard's bugged out. Transactions also all-time high. Kalshi's on this one and leading in transactions here as well. So Kalshi's kind of dominating, but again, almost every metric, it's all-time highs in the past week. Prediction market users also all-time highs. Kalshi is not here either. So this is showing Polymarket's on top, but I would get Cats. Do you know, does Kalshi have more users than Polymarket?
I can't imagine that it does. The difference is Americans and their sports betting. There's so much money in sports betting.
Polymarket has more users.
Yeah, Polymarket has to have more users.
You know what I think it is? Because I use both. I only use Kalshi for the most part now, but I think the difference is Polymarket is targeting, at least right now, right, in current time, they're targeting CT, right? But a lot of people on CT don't have money to gamble, and they're already doing it in crypto. So when they go on Polymarket, they're taking small $20, $30 trades, right? Kalshi, if you just go look around, there's some very serious players on Kalshi, like full-time prediction market people, right? Not just funny money people. So they play with a lot more size and a lot more conviction on Kalshi than they do on Polymarket.
Interesting.
Yeah, and I mean, just the market making alone. I mean, our boy Bunshu, like we looked at his profile the other day. He's number 86 on Kalshi. He's got $13 million in volume.
Wow, Jesus Christ.
Who does?
the founder of Billy Bets.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
great.
that's the kind of volume you're talking about. That's the kind of players that you have, just market making massive volume on there.
Crazy. What am I looking at here? Yeah, whatever. All good.
Are you guys playing on it? Are any of you guys playing on prediction markets with your own cash, or are you just keeping up to date with it?
All day, every day, bro.
Yeah, that's Cat's
Let's
thing
fucking
now.
go.
Yep.
Let's fucking go.
We're about to have a lot of conversations about it.
Yeah, Katz is really in the weeds, so he's going to have some alpha tips, all that stuff. But I will put some breaking news. I mean, yesterday breaking news, but big news. Polymarket partnering with Google. Huge. Also Kalshi too. It's funny how they announce these, and it's kind of the both the big boys, but
it's like the NFL all over, or the NHL all over again.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and it's great, by the way. So you're going to go to like Google, you're going to do your searches, and in the results, somewhere on the screen, just like they have like search results and website links below, and they have like an AI section at the top now, powered by what, Gemini. They'll have a section that has like some Polymarket and Kalshi prediction markets around the topic, and which dude, it's actually so freaking important when something like the mayoral election in New York, Polymarket, and I assume Kalshi too, but whatever, the winners are picked in a minute. Like, it's resolved in a minute, and ahead of time what way something's going to go. Like 99% of the time, you can just go by these markets to find your answer. They're that accurate. It's kind of like we always thought, or we're hoping, like money where your mouth is, money behind your conviction. And we're probably going to see the results play out in a much more, faster and more accurate when people's money's at stake. Separate conversation, but it's why I think, AI agents on chain incentivized by money helps them get better, more accurate, smarter, faster. It's kind of like this idea here too. But yeah, Polymarket called that election a minute after the polls opened, basically, or a minute after results started coming in, whatever. It's so quick. And so everything's changing. Everybody wants to partner with these guys, and you get why, but huge for both of them, huge for both of those platforms. I don't know what it means other than when that token comes out, the Poly token, like, Jesus fucking Christ, that's going to be a monster of a token. That might be that will be a top 20 token when it comes out, won't it, by market cap? I think it's got to be. I'm just looking at some of the other top 20s.
So I'm not trying to be a downer here, but again, like, why do we need a Poly token?
You don't. You don't.
We don't.
It's the same with everything. You could say that about every single project in blockchain and like gas token, sure, but like almost nothing needs it. I hope that changes one day. Like, I want to see more of that where it's like platform only accepts their token for payments. Will be fucking cool, but I don't know. It's looking more and more like it's going to be stable coins, power and everything. And the tokens, what? It's just a way to keep your attention and to gamble on the product too. That's it, right? But better believe we're going to be gambling on that token. That's going to be a monster of a token. So anyway, smart to be farming those platforms and being plugged in and using them and whatever, because that token, there is going to be an airdrop of some sort. And you probably want some. Myriad had a big month as well in October. Was it all-time high? Yeah. Volume all-time high, traders, basically every metric there. Kalshi, yeah, 4.4 bill last month was an all-time high. Crazy stuff. PredictBase had a really, really great month too, and they had an all-time high day of volume too when they released live odds last week, right? I think all-time high daily volume. I think that was that right there. Yeah, there we go. So PredictBase, again, live odds there, really fucking fun. That really does open it up, and they have so much shit coming, dude. They've got so much that, I think, like, we mentioned one of those things last week. I wasn't sure. Yeah, whatever. The gifting of shares, which I think is so cool. But those guys are cooking. They've got a whole bunch of clever things coming up, and that's theirs to announce and reveal whenever it's time. But those boys are cooking, cats, right? Like, how bullish are you on these guys right now?
I'm honestly, I'm still trying to figure out, just being real here. And I mean, I've talked to the team about it. Like, they've got it in place, but like they've got an order book coming in a couple weeks. So if you guys aren't in the weeds of prediction markets, that's where I play. Like, I essentially, now, besides my bets that Billy places for me automatically, because those are all market bets, I live in the order book. And I've talked about that a lot, and I specifically use Kalshi because of the Robinhood side. So I always put the no side, because Robinhood, you can only put the yes, and that's where you get a lot of money coming in. But like the the fact that they're going to have an order book, I'm going to market make on PredictBase, and I'm going to arb between the platforms because of that. Like, it brings a lot more liquidity when you've got an order book, because then you bring market makers. And there are plenty of people who don't understand that side of it, and they just want to bet whatever the number on the screen is, and that's cool, and we need those people. But we also need liquidity, and having an order book brings market makers. Like Myriad doesn't even have order book. So all that volume you were just talking about with Myriad markets, they don't have any order books. And it makes a big difference, because man, when I can put what price I want to get into something at, and it's sitting there for somebody to take, it makes a big difference. I'm super bullish on that.
Why does it matter so much? I'm curious. Like, I get why in theory, but yeah, I'd love to hear from you why having the order book kind of changes the game.
I mean, okay, so let's see. Now, there's some dangerous things you can do with order books too. Don't leave an order open if you when a sports game starts. Don't do it live. For instance, I'll give you an example. Okay, so last night the Raiders and Broncos played one of the worst NFL games that I've watched in a long time. But while I was listening to the Will and Goon show, I'm like, I'm bored. Like, with some of these, let's play around, right? I'm just messing with Goon. He's listening. I'm like, all right, let's. I was watching the game. I'm like, let me just put in an order on the no side for Broncos, meaning I'm taking the yes Raiders at 27 cents. It was like it was over 30 at that point. And of course, they freaking throw a pick. It goes down to 18 cents. My order gets filled instantly. And I'm like, well, damn it. Now I'm stuck with these 27-cent shares of Raiders, essentially. So I'm now I'm invested watching this game, because I'm like, I got to figure out how to get out. And I put a sell order in. But man, that game was awful. And they were just so bad. And so as soon as they, got up enough, I sold out, I think at like 34 cents, luckily. And of course they lost the game. I would have lost all that. I didn't make any big profit, but it's one of those things like, if you're doing it live, it's wild. But okay. But on the other side, you talked about the Trump speech yesterday. That was yesterday, right? Yeah. On your show in the morning, that speech was supposed to be at 11 o'clock. And you talked about how he wasn't going to talk about crypto. I'm like, oh, interesting. Let's go look at this. So I did some research. I'm like, oh, this is going to be about the pharmaceutical stuff, Ozempic and all that. Cool. So I go to the mention market. I put in orders. I only got a few filled. All right. But I mean, honestly, I use Kalshi. But so on Kalshi, I got orders filled for Eli Lilly at, I think, like 80 cents, which is well under where it was at the time. I got orders filled for Fat Drug / Ozempic at like 83 cents. And I'm like, he's going to say this, And so then I'm invested in the speech. I go watch the speech. Within the first minute, he had already hit those. I'm like, that was free money. But again, I got in at prices that were better, like significantly better than what the market price was at the time, because they fluctuate all over the place. So putting in those orders gives you the opportunity to get a real edge. And I mean, they bounce, right? Like it doesn't stay there long. That order gets filled, it bounces right back up, depending on how much liquidity and what orders are in. But having an order book just plays a huge role in where you can get into a market comfortably. And for me personally, I have so many orders and I'm in so many markets. Like, if something doesn't get filled, like Goon asked me last night if I was in on the Hurricanes. I'm like, yeah, my order didn't get filled, so no. And it's fine. Like, if I miss out on a game, oh well. If I miss out on a market, because I can set a price that I'm comfortable getting in at, and then knowing, like, mention markets are a little different, but like in a sports event, I set a price I'm comfortable at, knowing where I want to get out at. I hardly ever let a game play out. Once that order gets filled, I go and set a limit sell to get out. And so then I can set my profit depending on where I got in at. You can only do that with order books, right? Like, that's when people are market making, that's the beauty of doing it, because then you can auto sell. Like, you can't auto sell when a game changes all of a sudden on a pick six. If you're doing live odds, you're battling with everybody else who's watching the game live time and clicking a button. you know, where I don't have to click buttons if I'm doing all the order book stuff.
Yep. So gravity to that question. So the order book basically lets you place limit orders on bets. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. It sounds like it. Okay.
Yep.
I dig it. So like the reason I was like, it's not understanding it, but like, it's because like I'm not throwing a lot of money at this, right? So for me, it's like a fraction of a cent that I might make edgewise, right? If I get my order, if I buy it, you know, at the market price, or if I get it filled at, you know, a different price. But it's probably good to get in the habit of doing it in like maximizing, because like I mean I hope we all get to the point where we are playing with different kind of money here, right? And at that point, it really does matter. Right?
Yeah, but the platform matters too on the fees, right? So you get hit with a fee every time you do a market bet. And like on the Kalshi side, they have a different fee structure. Like I don't get hit with a fee when I market make. So literally, you know, what did I get? Like I said, I got in at 80 cents. It was actually at 80 cents versus like 83 would have been like 84.5 cents. I mean, so you're talking, I mean, it's a significant difference. Order book is not a website. No, it's so Kalshi and Polymarket currently have order books. If you like, just go on whatever you had pulled up, Kalshi, Polymarket, whatever, so we can show people. Okay, so just scroll back up. So just click on JD Vance there. If you click on now, that opens up the order book. So that's what the order book is. You can bid, and that shows you the liquidity at each level, so you know how much is coming in or going out. I mean, that's, you know, not a high volume, you know, order book right there. If you go to any there's probably games tonight. If you go to any like the sports games on there, it's going to have a lot more like pregame. It'll have a lot more. There's got to be an NBA game or something tonight. Not that, because that's no. Go to an actual game. Go up to the top. Hit sports. Yep. Just go to probably basketball. There's got to be a basketball game. Go to pro basketball M. There you go, to that top one, because that's today. So, well, there's not a ton of volume there yet, but see, like already, you see how much more volume. Like there's, you know, tens of thousands for each level, and you know that's just a random basketball game on a Friday night.
So, like on the platform, does it look different when you're signed in as far as how you enter that order?
No, so over on the right. No, this is a great lesson if people don't know this. All right, so see, go up above no. You see where it says dollars? Click that. Then you can do limit order.
Okay.
You click that. Now you can put in how many contracts at what price. And you always want to change, if it's pregame on a sports market, you always want to change the expiration. Right. Change the expiration to this at scheduled event. Yeah, right there.
Why do you do that?
Yep. Click that. And because again, the odds change drastically. Like if all of a sudden, you know, the favorite gets up, you know, way early, you're getting filled and you don't want to get filled.
Everybody's dumping, buying whatever
right.
Book, and you are going to hit that price.
Right.
You might not want to be in at that point. Yeah.
Correct. You get filled at a price you don't want to be in at anymore.
Well, that makes sense. Wow, good lesson. Really, really cool. I was, and this is a little bit of a sidetrack, but I you know, just because we were looking at PredictBase, that market to me is so spicy, and it's such an easy thing, right? But like, will Bitcoin reach 140 by the end of the year? Like, I bought yes at 30 cents. Like, I might just like average down a bit because I believe we will, but at 17 cents now, it doesn't have to hit 140, right? It doesn't have to. If I think that we get a Bitcoin pump, and at least more people are optimistic, thinking it's possible, they start betting yes, we might see this yes back up to 25, 30 cents. And at that rate, if we get back to 30, I'm almost a 2x at that point.
Yeah, I'm with you. My average cost on that yes is 35.1 cents.
Dude,
I'm with you.
A lot at 17 cents. So after the show, I'm going to be buying that. And okay, we start talking about where to like farm yield and where do I want to park my stable coins. I might not hate parking them in this because like I'm pretty confident that number at least goes up, right? Again, we don't have to hit on 140. Do I think the market has a turnaround between now and December 31st? And that to me pushes this up. And I'm like, yeah.
Right. This is why live odds matter, because all it's going to take. So in the government shutdown, get some bullish news anywhere, you know, market manipulation on Bitcoin. Once again, everybody's buying, pumping it. Even if it gets up to 120, these odds are going to drastically change, and then you can sell out for a profit if you want, or, you know, take profit on some of it, that sort of thing.
Yeah, damn, I like that one a lot. All right, I hope it hasn't moved much by the end of the show, but I'll be back in there. Well, in heavier. Good shit, dude. There were some really interesting markets this week, right? So we had the mayoral election, which is awesome. There is, well, people giving some strategies here about like hedging bets on different platforms and free money all over the place. If you have big money, it's probably easier to play that stuff, but free money all over the place between, betting on different platforms here. Some of them though, like I was reading into this one and realizing, well, it might be free money, but your money's going to be tied up because this market resolves, January 1st. Your money's going to be stuck for, basically 2 months or a month and a half. And maybe it's not the best, but again, if you have big money and you're just looking for automatic like plays, there's tons of them out there across prediction markets. So, good to keep up on that shit. Like really, really good. There was a really interesting market that I brought up as a reminder that you really got to read what you're betting on. Like you really got to understand it. Okay. Grand Theft Auto. So Rockstar Games yesterday announced they delayed GTA again. November 19th, 2026 is the release date now. And there was all kinds of markets, I think, that were already up there for, will it come out by this date, July 31st or whatever. And there's a lot of markets, and I'll pull them up. Will we see this first or Grand Theft Auto 6? It's been a meme for a long time now because it's been in development for so many fucking years. So many years. And so, yeah, here was one that just got nuked, right? GTA before June 2026. People got absolutely wrecked here, which is crazy. But okay, this one's interesting. What'll happen before GTA 6? And you can bet on GPT-6 getting released, Playboi Carti album, China invades Taiwan, and you can pick anything. There's so many mentions here, right? But Jesus Returns caught a lot of people's eyes here. That would be a fun one to bet on. And so some people were taking that bet. And here's somebody who thought he was on, like he wrote here, the freest play of his life. $100,000 if he takes the no on it. And if Jesus doesn't come before Grand Theft Auto 6, he thought he'd make $70,000. Doesn't work that way. Because if you read the market, and it matters because when this market initially launched, if you read the market, it resolves. Let's see, hang on. In the rules, this market resolves on July 31st. On July 31st. So, like, here's the thing. If neither of them happen by July 31st, now we know Grand Theft Auto will not be coming out there, right? This resolves at 50-50, right? At 50 cents, basically. Is that how it works, Kat? So, essentially, you're not making money at this point if you're taking Jesus Returns. It's not a before GTA. It's kind of before, but it's actually... it has to do with when the market resolves. I'm explaining that really poorly, but I hope it at least made sense here. Read the rules because GTA 6 is not coming out then, and that fucks up the market basically. It basically breaks it. Neither will happen. So it can't be before GTA 6 because that isn't happening on July 31st. So read the markets. Point there, read them. Make sure you know the rules and that your market resolves to the T by how it's described.
It's what I was explaining to you with that whole extraterrestrial thing. And I was like, there's no way they're going to say that. Like,
that's right. You had to say the exact word.
Right. Yeah, you have to read the rules.
Yeah. And this one would have got me. This would have got me because, again, I'd be like, yeah, Jesus not coming most likely by the time the game's released. But it's no longer about when the game is released. That's not the market anymore. It's just on that date. Or it just changes the market because, again, GTA 6 is not coming that date. So that also resolves as a no, I guess. Whatever. Anyway, there's 2 cents to be made there, but with fees and whatever, I don't think you have a play there at all. You did have a play. Let me look at the chart here. You had a play. Where is the chart? You had a play when the Jesus thing was probably like 10 cents, 20 cents, 30 cents, whatever, right? But at 48%, you got nothing. You got nothing. Interesting shit. They're so fun. What else is going on out there in prediction markets? Anything else fun we should be looking at?
Did you, and this is not necessarily fun, but just pure speculation. Did you look at the music by Virtuals market yet?
No, dude, I totally forgot. Where do we find that?
All right. So just on Twitter, go to music by Virtuals. I'm not going to tell you where to go because I want you to.
Okay.
It's on there and it's the funniest name. Look at the website.
Oh no.
Banged.ai.
Oh no. Is that safe to go to? I assume so.
Yeah. That's the actual site.
Dude, awesome. Okay.
So they have this one market up. Now yesterday it had like $200 in volume. And again, none of us really know what all this is going to be about. Supposedly they're going to have music prediction markets. I don't know what all that means. Regardless, I like playing around with any new prediction market thing and testing it out. That right there is what got me. That what you just highlighted. So receive 1x airdrop reward entry every time you make a prediction. Now, so I took that as, well, let's play. So I put in a $1 bet on no. Also, it is very buggy. Like you got to refresh a lot and do. I mean, I connected with a burner wallet, just just in case. Who knows, right? But when you actually go and you get a bet to go through, you get an NFT. You get an 1155 NFT, and it's a ticket, and it'll show you the amount of shares you're getting, and it shows you the ticket you're getting. So like I just started putting in $1 bets over and over and over on, and I've got the sides pretty equal. And so we'll see. Who knows? I don't know what that airdrop reward is, but figured I've got some tickets stacked up for it. Who knows?
I like it. Is there a way to play both sides of this? Like, because this is the bet on this right here. It's the price of virtuals hits $2 on Binance by it's tomorrow evening, or is that tonight?
Yeah, I've got way more no shares now than yes.
Like, but can you play this where you're buying the virtual token? So if it hits whatever magic number, you make money, and you hedge your bet by taking the no on the prediction market. There's people that are playing this that way, right?
Virtuals is so far from $2. Like, ain't no way anybody watching this show has enough money to move virtual to $2.
Yeah, real, fucking real. But people do that on other tokens. I saw a tweet
that
like,
makes sense.
But there was like a big name, like a I'll just throw it like Bitwise, CEO, president, somebody like that was talking about. I'm watching to see if prediction markets become like much more used, as hedges on your other positions out there. Because again, people are already doing it. If that becomes norm, it's fucking interesting. I mean,
of course, everybody's looking for an edge. I mean, there's even people, and I am gonna probably use this strategy some too, who will, especially on mention markets and like stuff, not so much sports. I wouldn't do this in sports, but like even the mayorals, who, like, let's say something's 80% to win on Kalshi, right? And you put in, and you could make $20, let's just say, on the favorite. Well, then they'll go on the other site and take the opposite side and just put 20. Like, let's say if your profit was going to be $20, they'll put the $20 on the other side, like the non-favorite side, because then you've got huge upside on the underdog side, right? So if the other side hits, like, you've got a massive profit, and if it doesn't hit, well, you're even. You know what I'm saying? I like all the strategy stuff. It's fun. Like, there's so many ways that people are doing ARB and hedging bets and doing all the stuff with all these markets. It's a lot of fun to mess with.
Yeah, man, I dig it. On the CyberKong show this week, Henry made a market. Will Azuki's floor price be below 1 ETH on November 12th? So we're 5 days off from that. This is basically a bet on just the broader market, kinda. Right? If government reopens today and everybody thinks that we're back, Zuki probably over an ETH. I'm a little less sure now. I'll go and we'll look at prices. We'll do a little quick NFT talk today too. But I'm looking at this one. I'm not sure I see anything spicy enough where I want to bet this one. But I'm just thinking through it a bit. There's not a ton of upside. You got to 2x if it hits. But then again, you have it's playing the live odds. I think that's the play here. Again, if sentiment comes back, you can trade not it resolving, but trade price going up. And the same on the nose. You can't short here, can you? Would that make sense that you could short on a prediction market?
No, but that's one of the things that they talked about coming is leverage bets on prediction markets too. Dude, they're cooking up so much cool stuff. Like the gifting and the order books are the two things I'm most excited about. Because man, my leverage trading skill is poor, and I usually lose. So probably not going to be leverage trading prediction markets, but I'll definitely gift people shares, and I will be using the order book every day.
Yeah, I dig it. Man, there's something here. I'd have to get out like a piece of paper and start writing down some thought strategy, but there's probably a really interesting way to play this, as in taking the yes and the no, also buying an Azuki and just figuring out some kind of, price that it might make sense where you can win, but also if you lose, you just don't lose much at all, right? That's where the strategy kind of comes into play. And
so the way you do this, and again, this is what people do with market making, and it's easier when you have an order book. You can set your prices. The way you do that, what you're talking about, is like, let's say you have yes shares right now, okay, and then you want to end up getting the same, like you want to be balanced. And again, this matters when you're doing high volume stuff. You're not going to make money doing this, but what people do is you try to get those two numbers to add up to 98 cents or less, depending on the platform fees. So with PredictBase, it's a 2% fee. So if you only get it at 98 cents, you're literally going to be even. So you want it more like 96 cents. But if you could get like yes at 44 and no at 52 and have an even number of shares, you're guaranteed a profit no matter what happens. Now you're not guaranteed much profit if you're not doing thousands of dollars, but that's what market makers do. It's literally what they do. They take both sides and they get it, and they're able to set it through order books, getting those sides even. Like Bunchu will get 50,000 shares on both sides, and the lower that your total price is on that, the higher your profit margin. So, because one side's going to lose, the other side's guaranteed to win, and so at that point, you're going to win more than you lost because you are in at less than 100, like at $1. Does that make sense?
Well, the 2% thing is where I don't quite get.
There's a 2% fee every time you.
Oh, got it. That yeah. Now that makes sense.
Right. Yeah.
Yep.
And that's what I'm saying. You got to know the fees on your platforms too.
But. Yeah, dude. What a cool game. The games within games within games, and so many.
That's why I'm having so much fun doing all this. Like, it's so much fun. There's so many intricacies and like so much to learn, and just have a serious edge because not enough people take the time to learn this stuff.
Yeah. So, there's another element too. Okay, some of the topics I like, there's no markets for, or there's not enough people on the platforms yet to have any liquidity on those markets. Like, it's probably like the UFO stuff, like having a much bigger, kind of, number of markets, but again, the money in them. That's common. It's common. So I heard what's his name? Prediction Market Trader guy was on Thread Guy's stream this week, and great to hear his takes. And just the way he's talking about it, he's like, there's going to be, just like we know, markets for everything, and they'll be spicy. They'll actually have money behind them. And so like right now, if the markets don't, get you excited, I get it. Some of them, most of them probably don't for me, but there will be topics there that you are a master of, that that most other people don't. And you'll have your edge there. You'll have your edge in the market, but also, dude, it really opens you up to the content game too, to make content around that topic that you're then making money off of, but also teaching people how to make money on that topic too. So just so many paths, so many avenues to make money around prediction markets now. It's going to be really fucking fun next forever, but let's just say a few years for sure. A lot of stuff to be doing here, man. Get in, and get in on PredictBase, by the way. I still love the token. All the stuff they got coming moves the market. I really do believe it. And especially when this market turns around, I think these guys are primed, and I still believe we'll see them. Well, not even believe, they told us like the ACP integration. It's going to matter a lot for these guys. So I think PredictBase has got that big, bright fucking future ahead of them.
Yeah. And so, again, I asked why you need a poly token. At least we know what happens with the Predi token. Like 25% of their fees they make go back into that token, and buy back and burn it. So as these years develop, as liquidity increases, as volume increases, they're making fees. Again, they have a 2% fee. 1% of that goes to the creator, the other goes to the platform. So, on that volume, 25% of that 1% goes all back to the token. And that's on both PrediBot and PredictBase, the platform. So, as this ramps up, when this is getting to where there's millions of, in volume a day and all this stuff, like all the, 1%, so 0.25% of all the volume is going to go back into buying back and burning the tokens. So that's why it's easy to be bullish on that token and understand it versus some of the others.
I dig it. All right. Anything else prediction market wise, Cats? Otherwise, we can flip over to some AI stuff.
I do have to mention that Brett, the dev of Billy Betts, was on the Big Will and Goon extravaganza last night, and I was surprised he dropped the major alpha. So I guess I'm allowed to say it. So what Billy Betts is, they've already got it done, and it's just waiting final approval in the Chrome store, whatever, Google Play Store. But they've built a web overlay. So it's just like a web extension that literally, like when you go on Kalshi, it's really cool. It pops up Billy, like a little Billy icon in the bottom right of Kalshi. And when you turn it on, it gives you all the sportsbook info for that market. Like all these are sports markets, obviously, but like it'll show you if there's any sports book that has better odds, which typically they don't. And it will show you like if you want, instead of the the prediction market, how many cents, it'll show you the actual like American odds on something. It'll show you the European odds, like because a lot of sports bettors know if it's minus 200 versus whether it's 80 cents or whatever. So it converts everything on the screen for you automatically. It shows you if Billy's in on a bet. It's got a chat feature where you can ask Billy about the game, like his insights on the game on the screen. Like really freaking cool that they're integrating with Kalshi. They got it coming for Polymarket too. So
That's fucking sweet. Is Kalshi going to be supporting that, like tweets, anything like that?
I don't know, but I think it will depend on the amount of usage. And if it becomes highly used, then they're incentivized to have people use it because then they're usually betting on the market.
Yeah, dude, dig it. Real cool. Love Billy Betts. Got a big old bag of that too. I believe they're fucking different, and they got the shit. They know what they're doing. We'll say that. Luna, I wish I shorted this bad boy. Was watching this morning.
You literally showed me that at like 16, didn't you?
Yeah, I knew this was gonna happen because I told you it's crime. Like I'm looking at this token, we're gonna get to some AI stuff, but this thing was sitting at 100 mil, which even that price didn't make sense. But just overnight, yesterday through this morning, this thing went from again like 100 mil a couple days ago, and it shot up to a $2.25 billion market cap. And I was looking for one. I'm like, why? What the fuck? Like I've seen this ticker before, but I knew nothing about them. And we're following AI crypto. Like we're pretty aware of these tokens. So I've seen them, thought nothing of them because I don't know anybody using the product. I don't have anybody talking about it. And I see that price. I'm like, come on. So I do some digging and everybody's like crime. Like 95% of the supply is in these 10 random wallets that have no activity and like seem weird. And like I should short the shit out of this thing. And this is probably coming all the way back down. This one right here, all the way back down. But AIA. Kind of fun to watch. Look at this thing. I'm gonna peek back into that, but
dude, you're on the 1 hour. Put it on the like 1 minute or 1 second. I bet that's just it's just plummeting down. Why would people keep like? Why is anybody? There shouldn't be any green in that. Why is anybody buying catching the falling knife?
Yeah, what is the volume on this bad boy? 24-hour volume's 88 mil. Jesus Christ. I kind of want to just sit and watch this thing. We'll check back in with it, but crazy. Hey, dude, opportunities everywhere always, like crazy. And Zcash, one of those for sure. AI, I kind of want to lead it off with like still talking broader market stuff. Like there's so many reasons to be bullish and like plugged in and betting on these tokens, right? So we mentioned this yesterday, OpenAI requesting US government support to help guarantee financing for massive investments in chips, data centers, blah, blah, blah. This is like $1 trillion in like backing they were looking for. And so we have some we got updates on this. And by the way, so like somebody broke down why that doesn't make sense, but like why that's so bullish for crypto AI. And I'm with him, but it's always nice to see a Virtuals team member chiming in here. It's like China, like government kind of backing these businesses, and maybe. Anyway, David Sachs chimed in. He said, no, like fuck no, we're not bailing out AI, right? And the whole point of it was guaranteeing, these basically loans. He's like, no, if they go under, others will step in and take their place. It's just a fun story. I'll say that. Sam Altman replies to it and gives his thoughts on what they were really looking for, and that guy seems slimy as hell, dude. That guy, I don't know what it is. Like if some people have got that like spidey sense with people, you know what I mean? And like I got that, and he probably everybody's got it with him. He's got to be triggering everybody's spidey sense. And he's a questionable character, I think. Anyway, I'll drop this in the chat because I do think it's a good little read and hearing his take on it, and basically saying the government should be investing in the infrastructure that they're going to be using. That's what he's saying he was really asking for, when in reality, I don't think that is what he was asking for, but interesting nonetheless. Also, I think I mentioned this at the beginning too. U.S. set to announce a ban on sales of NVIDIA's scaled down AI chips to China, right? And so this follows up on a story yesterday that trying to think who said it. Oh, well, the CEO of NVIDIA saying China is going to beat the U.S. in the AI race, the arms race. And it's why I'm so bullish on AI, because the United States is going to throw money at this shit. This is an arms race. This is really, really important stuff, and kind of begins not with throwing money at it, but trying to be disruptive to Chinese AI and their products. So I'm watching that, dude. But more than that, I want to see money come into here. We talk a lot. I talk a lot about it. Not a crazy take because Elon Musk talks about it, but I keep talking about 5 years out from now. Raoul Pal calls it the economic singularity, I think he calls it. And I just know that things are gonna get really fucking weird. Elon Musk saying this like era of excess, just universal higher income. Everybody's gonna have so much money soon. And it sounds like fantasy, guys. I know. Like, I feel stupid saying that because it doesn't feel real, but like really, guys. And we're going to show some of the videos from that big old Tesla shareholder meeting yesterday, but the robot thing is coming. It is coming. I mean, it's unavoidable. It's a question of when, but it is coming. And AI replacing jobs, again, it sounds silly. I know with how AI works now, a lot of people doubt it. You shouldn't. It is coming. It's a matter of when. But again, I see the article. I had some friends talking about it yesterday. I'm like, oh, it's the first time I've heard them talking about that universal higher income story. And they're like, what if? Maybe, right? And it is coming. That's why I'm betting so hard on this stuff. But, again, this is from over the summer, but Elon Musk saying with 80% certainty that the universal higher income thing actually happens. Now, Bill Gates had chimed in on this article too, and his time frame is different. At least the last comments we have from Bill Gates about the time frame is it's different. So it might not be 5 years out. Maybe it's 10, whatever, but it's fucking coming. It is. And because it's coming, dude, at the shareholder meeting yesterday, shareholders voted, and I think it was like 75% of them voted to give Elon Musk like $1 trillion reward package, like $1 trillion fucking dollars. That's how important what's coming is. I think that's how certain people are of what's coming, and it's that scenario. It's going to get really crazy. Really crazy. Will Haitians get UBI? If they live here in the States, yes. Yeah, dude. Who fucking knows? You know what? I don't have any reason to play this video, but I'm going to because I want to test something. Okay, hang on. I want to play this clip. Implications to this show if it works. Okay. Tell me if you guys hear audio when I play this, okay? Cat's YouTube, but also in the chat. Do you guys hear audio when I play?
2025 CEO performance.
I can hear it.
Founder and CEO Elon Musk, with over 75% voting.
Cool. You guys hear it too? I hope so, dude. If people heard that, dude, I've had this problem for so long when I share like video clips. I have to switch the way I share. Okay, on Spaces, they heard it. Good shit. Used to be when I would share, you guys heard, okay, good. Everybody heard it. Good. Used to be when I would share videos, I would have to share it a whole different way and share tab by tab. And then I would talk stories that weren't even on the screen because I didn't switch to, anyway, long story short, they fucking fixed it. About time they fixed it. I can just share like normal and we hear the audio. Good. So AI and robotics, everything that, virtuals is about these days, which is awesome. It's a good spot to be in, fam. It's a real good spot to be in and be betting on these projects and their tokens. So at the event yesterday, they, showed off the, what are the robots called? Optimus robots. Showed them off again. They look pretty fucking great. $20,000 per unit it costs, but cheaper than a car. We're all going to have them. Dude, it's fucking coming. And it's early. I see this headline. I see this story for in Spaces. This story is from, I think it's Decrypt, but Microsoft gave AI agents fake money to buy things online. They spent it all on scams. And I see that story, and I know most people are going to see that headline and be like, yeah, because it doesn't work. because it's so far off. Like it doesn't work. And I see the story and I'm like, we're this close to it working. Like we're this close. It takes one little, maybe not little, but one tweak, one change, one product that gets these agents where they do work, and all of a sudden it fucking works and game on, and then it changes everything.
See, but now there's an echo.
Okay, still?
Now you're good.
Okay.
So, but I see that, and it just makes me more bullish on products like Whack. Like, okay, before the payment goes through on the X402, it needs to be verified. I mean, stuff like that's being built too. Like, I mean, you're not there yet, but man, it's coming. There's plenty of security and verification agents. Of course, Whack's my favorite because that's just the type of stuff they're fixing.
That's it, dude. The fix is probably out there, and it might be a guy like, team like them. Look, it's either there's going to be an adjustment to how we train the models and the agents, or it's a product that they're tapped into or that's in the middle of them that fixes it. Whatever it is, the fix might be in the virtuals ecosystem already, and you can bet on that fix. And again, when that headline comes out and it's different, it's Microsoft gave agents fake money to buy things and they all became millionaires, right? When that kind of story happens, like I'm telling you, dude, that's the moment where all of a sudden the AI tokens do if it's not a bubble right now, but we get a crazy ass bubble at that point. It's a whole different game. And everybody, crypto Twitter's then into those agent tokens and the platform tokens. And then normies are into this stuff too at that point. That's a different special kind of moment. And at some point it happens. I believe at some point that actually does happen. So
also, can I just say, like, this stuff is being built out in front of us. Do people think that it's just going to work on the initial try? Like, I don't understand the expectation there. They have to find those sort of bugs to know how to fix it. I don't know.
I mean, I know at first I got caught up in the hype for sure. Like when we first got like AI XBT out there, I thought there was some big innovation just happened with AI and AI agents. And I'm like, oh, we crossed some line. It's almost like when AGI is realized, we know that changes things. And all of a sudden, right, like the other dominoes fall. I thought something happened there where I'm like, oh shit, AI just leveled up, and this is the moment where they're going to start running everything for us, and here goes all the jobs. I thought this was the moment. Didn't take long to realize it wasn't that. It was just a pretty cool narrative, and maybe agents got better too. But yeah, it was a good narrative that people took advantage of. But also, there's some really great shit being built and some great teams and all that, right? So. But yeah, Kat's, you're right, dude. It's not how it works. We don't say a thing is coming out and it's instantly working. It's a process. So yeah. Big launches this week over on Virtuals Picasso. I'll get you up here in a quick second. I see you, buddy. Big launches on Virtuals this week. I don't know. I don't know if I'm surprised or not that Small Thing is doing as well as it's doing. It's in the robot meta, dude. Look at 10 million FTV right now.
I hadn't looked. Oh my goodness.
10 mil.
Wish I hadn't sold my airdrop now.
the fucking robot meta is, I don't know. Okay. I haven't changed my take on it per se, like where it doesn't really excite me. I still don't know if I believe the hype about the tokens with these things. But I knew you can't argue with a token like this coming out, like Small Thing, and just getting a little publicity, and everybody wants to gamble on the robot token. You can't argue. It's there. So it doesn't matter if it excites me or not. I want to make money. I'm betting on the next robotics token drop that's coming here. That looks like it's a good team,
So I sold around 3 million. I was like, no way this keeps going. And that was like, I don't know, almost $60 for my airdrop. That airdrop right now is worth $200.
Yep.
Which again is why people should be participating in Butler. Like, now, you got to pick your times and whether you're going to hold or not. But man,
crazy fucking thing. So that might be our biggest success on Unicorn so far. I'm trying to think if there was one higher than 10 mil.
I don't recall one hitting 10. That's impressive.
Yeah.
And that 10 million unlocks different stuff, right?
Dude, it's at 12 now.
What is happening?
And it helps that Virtuals is tweeting about him, right? Like Virtuals, and they're doing something cool and maybe important. And I just don't know if it works and all that. But again, it doesn't matter. People want to gamble on the robot meta. Especially, you know what? Last night probably helped it a lot. And in fact, this is really since yesterday it's taken off, with virtual token price going the other way too. You know, probably the Tesla thing helped.
Yeah, go to the main site for virtual. Like, go to the front page. Just click, AI. Okay, right there. So top unicorns, you got it right there. Look at that. On the right side of the screen. Now it's on AP. Yeah, there you go, right there. Blowing everyone out of the water.
Wow. Bonkers. Well, bet on robots. Fuck it. Bet on robots. Okay. Now I'm looking to see what's our next robot product to come out. Actually, go find the existing robotics projects and bet on them too, because I bet you they're all undervalued compared to that one.
I didn't honestly. I didn't pay enough attention. Vader had something that you can go do that there's a Vader reward for. Did you pay attention to any of that?
It's their app, right? Remember the smart glasses thing?
Yeah.
So they made it where you can use your iPhone, because virtuals now, is iPhone based. So now the Vader one is also iPhone, Android, and you can collect data that way. I think that was the main announcement there. I'm watching the next robotics thing is probably gonna be really, really fucking hot if it comes from a good team. I also think that when your like product has to do with like environmental stuff and like just things that feel good, I think that also helps it a lot. People almost feel like they're like donating or again contributing to a good cause, and that project's all about cleaning up the oceans. It's a good story, like everywhere. It just checks a lot of boxes. So that one makes sense. But coming up, we have Troy. It's a emotional counselor. I don't dig this one. I'll stick with Dr. Emma Sage. This one's weird too, because I feel like I've seen them on virtuals at some point. I don't know if this is a relaunch, and I might be totally wrong here, but like I even thought I read in their description something. Yeah, virtuals protocol integration, July. I feel like I've seen this somewhere, dude. Ringing any bells?
No. But also I'm weird. Like, why is it named Troy and there's a picture of a chick?
Troy can be a girl name, right?
I don't know.
Troy. Thinking.
Just makes me think of a Trojan horse. That's where my mind goes. Not of somebody I want counseling me.
Troy, a girl's name.
Yeah, we're going way off the rails here with this, but
I got to find this out. Diane. Wait, I don't know why I keep thinking of Wonder Woman. Is her last name? Hang on. Am I being retarded here? I think I am. Oh, the Star Trek character. Holy shit. How did my brain come up with that? Guys, from back in the day, like the Star Trek Enterprise show. That curly-headed lady that was like on the bridge, Diana Troy. That was it. Okay. There we go. Last name is Troy, so it's totally different. Moving on. Couple good projects coming up still. I think pretty good. Also, I think some fluff here. I'll show you the fluff. My Charm AI companion kind of thing, and not doing it for me. Reply Core Corp, whatever. I think super interesting. This is like InfoFi, SocialFi kind of thing, but it's like a. Nick had him on a stream yesterday. It's like they interview the team. I'm sorry. He interviewed the team. It's like an app store where people can build out like SocialFi, InfoFi apps in here too. And it's like monetizing that kind of data, something there. Anyway, it's worth a deeper dive, but I think that's interesting. And I think they're going to have some of like the Virtuals Kabali hype. At least the shows and stuff, I think will be supporting this project. I think that one's kind of cool, kind of interesting. Repo, I think, is great. We've talked about it, but trained decentralized repository of just info that's coming from prediction markets, I think. So it's been like vetted, verified, whatever. I like that one a lot. Cucumber Trade, not a fan of. AI powered what? Token info. It might even be like a DEX to it. I didn't dig that one. There's one I'm trying to find that stuck out to me that I did not like. Is it this one? Yeah, this one right here. This one. I'll put it up just because it's silly. Picasso, I'm bringing you up here too. Can
I ask you a question?
Oh, yeah.
Have you participated in a unicorn launch yet?
Nope.
I knew it.
I wanted to. You know what it is too? I have to go swap for virtual. Any hurdle, I'm telling you, friction, hurdles, whatever is enough to keep people out, because some people like lazy, or if you're busy and just can't make the time. So the fact that I have to go find ETH on one of my wallets and then bridge it to base and then swap it for virtual and like take those steps. So I know it's like for me a 5 to 10 minute process to even get in a launch. It means I haven't gotten in a launch. So haven't, should.
I've done several, and I don't know. I'm not good at this. Like, I'm not good at figuring out the timing of when to get in, and I don't know. I'm just not good at that game.
Well, the game gets easy when the market's hot, and it just isn't that now. In fact, when I look at the market cap FDVs of them right now, I mean, most of them, unless you got in when taxes down to, you know, whatever, 1% or whatever, and market cap FDV was the right price. Like, I don't think you're up on most of them. I don't think so.
No, and like Jeff CEO, I like DCA'd like the whole time. And I'm down significantly on that, but it is what it is. I took I wanted to be in Jeff's club, so I've got my, tokens, and I put them in the liquidity pool and getting yield on that. So it is what it is.
Yeah. Well, there you go. I will play him, but again, I think it just shows the potential that's there. If most of us aren't in, I would assume most of you guys are not doing these as well. So like, a whole different game when we start spending again, and those market cap FTVs start looking pretty different. Anyway, this one right here like confused me. But it's like a robot, but also it's a fake robot. It's a fake collectible that you can buy. It's so bizarre, and it's not even that bizarre, but I think it's so silly. You can buy this fake robot where if there's enough interest in it, maybe they end up making the robot, but any money they make ends up going to token holders from like their decks that they have called Rainbow Roads. I just read it all and I'm like, why would I, what? Like, none of it makes sense to me. And I don't know why I would buy into a thing that's rewarding other token holders and that there isn't necessarily the product coming out. I don't know. Anyway, I don't know. I don't know why I'm like picking on them too. I just read it and the whole thing, I just scratched my head the whole time I read it. I'm like, I'm not touching that one. But anyway, some decent launches coming up. So still keep on top of them. 10 days off is Repo. Reply Core, 5 days off. And we'll see what else pops into here in the meantime. So we'll see. Picasso, what's up, dude? Good to see you.
GM, everybody. And thanks for the recap. It's been a crazy couple of days. I hope you guys can hear me. And Katz is correct, man. Like when the product comes out, you don't expect it to be like super working and there's no bugs. I used to be a software test engineer for e-commerce company in Web2. And trust me, man, we did a lot of testing. Like even on release day, we're still testing stuff, making sure everything is great. And you have mentioned some great projects with the robotics art. I sold my small whatever thing, airdropped anyway, and it's mooning. I think that's the highest FDV for any unicorn launch, but it was kind of stealth. So I don't know, guys. And next week, I'm excited. Maybe we might get some good lunches. You did mention Repo and Reply Guy. So I've been researching a bit on Reply Guy, and I think it might be, I don't want to hype it, but it's going to be a decent one next week. I'm staying away from a lot of hype right now.
Smart. Smart. Yeah, there's no confidence in the broader market yet, right? So like, you know, like you feel like you might throw any money away.
Yeah. I'm just, being more stealthy, just DCAing. Big up to Cyber Sentry because I think they cover a lot of robotics and security. They're like multifaceted, and big ups to XR because robots will fail. So I'm betting in those two places, and they were on the live, so I think I can share that out for. I
love that. By the way, Lee, you should come on the show this week. If you're all right, well, it's Friday. Fuck, next week, Lee. If you want to come on the show next week, like thumbs up or I'll hit you up in DMs. But it's time for us to catch back up on what you're cooking.
They just got a VPay integration announced
a
few minutes ago.
Shit, dude. Hang on, let's pull that up. And by the way, look at the AI8 chart.
Oh boy, I've still got all my Sentry staked. I'm just going to be raking in Sentry when that staking reward comes out.
Yep, dude. Hell yeah. Actually, Lee's coming on the stage here. Welcome, buddy.
Go.
Good that I mentioned Cyber Sentry. Welcome, sir.
All right, he's here. We'll see. Maybe some mic issues. I don't know why he was on the Will and Goon stream yesterday, and I could barely hear him. I don't know if that was like a me thing because Spaces was getting funny, but let's see if we're good.
Hey guys, you're right.
What's up, man? Good to hear your voice, dude.
Yeah.
I can't hear him very well.
You're really muffled.
Yeah, so it was 30 years in comms, and can't even get a.
We're gonna fund a mic. We're gonna get him a mic. Sounds like he's in a
Yeah,
cave.
one
Actually, he kind of is in a cave. This man doesn't leave his like work area. But AI
there's a
under
bit
$1
of
billion.
there's a bit of an echo on.
That's all. We can work right through it though. All good with me. Dude, I wish I shorted this token. I don't know where you could have.
I mean, I'm probably on Hyperliquid.
Yeah. Dude, it felt so obvious when I saw those tweets about how just a scam pump or whatever. And it was while it was still basically probably right here. Like, felt like such an obvious play. So I'm going to pull up, and I'll do this later, and I'll just send them to you cats. But there were like 2 other tickers. People were like, watch these ones next. We should probably watch those ones and get in ahead and then short the shit out of them after. Lee, whenever you're good, just chime in whenever. But we'll just mention again the agentic fund of funds by Butler. This is what we were talking about at the beginning, yield farming through the Butler agent from Basis OS. They got some great partners that are part of this product as well. Hang on, let's see if Lee's coming back. Yeah. Here we go. We'll give him a second to get situated. Manikai's part of that product as well. Pretty cool. What's up, Lee? You good now?
Yeah, I was on the loop there. Can you hear me now?
It's still pretty echoey, but again, we'll it's totally cool.
Yeah, I need to put some furniture in my my cellar room.
Get the
Your echoes bouncing off the walls.
Yeah.
Yeah, just give us 1 minute. I'll try and fix that.
Okay.
Back
It's
in
like
a
a
sec.
real laboratory he's in though. Pretty cool. SlamAI also part of that yield farming product. Interesting. Again, I'm gonna watch. Like maybe I'll it is worth testing out the tools just to feel out how they work and find out where those opportunities are. The yield farming stuff's going to get just so competitive. But Mute Swap, I think, so spicy, dude. Privacy meta. In fact, let's peek at what Mute Swap's doing. But building out this Monero stuff. All right, you good, Lee?
Yeah, is that better? Is it?
It is better. It's a bit better, yeah.
Yeah, happy days. Yeah, good result there with the VPay announcement. We've been working on that for a couple of weeks, and yeah, it's good to see that come out because then people can use the VPay card for anything they want to buy. We are tying it to Cyber Century 1, which for those that were on Will and Goon's show last night heard me talking about it. We've basically wrapped up everything from ACP and X402 and put it into one platform. So that's pretty neat. We're obviously pushing that out to individuals to use and mainly for projects to get online. And VPay is our first project, so we're going to be working with them to get them certified and regulated because of their career in finance.
Dude, real cool. I finally found the tweet here. Let's see. Sentry now live on VPay, swappable from any token, any chain, fully spendable IRL through your VPay card. Super cool. Is there a Sentry themed card you can get to?
Yeah, so it's going to. You might have seen the kind of warm up to it a couple of months back, where they've got the branded card. They're looking at obviously the digital card first, and then they're going to look at a physical card, which is great. I'm going to start using it. And obviously tie up everything within the project and the company on this card. It's going to be quite neat to see how it rolls out. But yeah, there's obviously people talk about the robotics side and the privacy side. That's 2 topics that we're focusing on at the moment. We've got 2 APIs ready to launch, just waiting on signed NDAs. And then we're going to push them out, and they are absolutely novel. They don't exist in either X402 or within ACP. We've been working on this for a while. It was actually a submission for the ETH hackathon, but unfortunately, because I'd attended the earlier hackathon this year, I wasn't allowed to go on this last one, unfortunately. But yeah, we're still going to push it out. And then the robot, he's still sat in the corner. We had a power outage last night, but we got the secondary power, and then he was back up. And remembering that, he's running everything at the moment. All the services on ACP. He's running all the services on X402. The APIs that were remotely hosted on a platform called Railway. But yeah, he's like the conductor. He's coordinating everything. Purely working off of Virtuals' software development kit. And you'll have heard me talk about last night with the point about Virtuals' robotics SDK. I personally can't wait for that, just to see what it looks like and what it's going to make Sentry Agent do. At the moment, it's just stood there to attention. But yeah, it's going to be neat to see how their project goes with replicated movements and tasks, and see how that looks within Sentry Agent. It's going to be quite neat. I hope that can be one of the pioneering projects to make use of that software.
So, can you remind me what the robot? Because you do have physically like this little robot character you showed me, like, he's tapped. Did I hear you say he's tapped into the ACP?
Yeah. So basically, the robot has got a CPU. It's got RAM. Have you heard of Raspberry Pis? Really small computer.
Yeah.
Hackers use them to gain entry to networks. But that's what he's got. He's got a 16 gig Raspberry Pi, so and a Linux-based Debian system. So everything that I have extracted from Virtuals Protocol software development kits, I put them on the robot. So instead of ACP running from a cloud server or from a desktop system, they're all physically running off of the robot. I prefer Linux to Windows. So yeah, it's pretty neat. And then the newest update, the X402 side, again, everything's sat running off of him. He's more powerful than my desktop computer. And I know people are saying, you know, what is this robot going to do in the future? Well, we know that he's running all these services. Over Christmas, I'm going to spend some time working on the voice module, and then I'll enhance the capabilities of Sentry Agent, utilizing that voice module, and tapping into the service that I've already got set up, which is the cybersecurity consultant. So I'll personally have someone to sit here and talk to through the day, where I'll be able to ask him questions about cybersecurity, and he will pull me the correct answer, which is the answer from proven resources, not just from AI. Because we know of hallucinations, he will give the feed from the correct resource and the correct answer. And yeah, like I said, the Virtuals piece, as soon as that comes in, that'll be just absolutely epic.
Yeah. Are you going to be selling the robots?
I want to. It is a plan. It is a plan to do exactly that. You know, you'll have heard from when I first introduced him to you on your show. He was a project for me and my son, and all of a sudden I put two and two together. Wow, I can actually use this for Virtuals Protocol software development kit. I did actually buy him another robot to replace the one that we'd built. So yeah, we've got two of them now, exactly the same.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, the end of it, are people going to fit with the robot in a place of work? You know, will it be that robot? Potentially. Could it be something totally different? Most certainly. If you look at one of the biggest services that we've currently set up within Cyber Sentry One, it is a 24/7 security operations center. That's active now. It is outsourced within the UK, but just imagine having them cybersecurity consultants sat in my cellar acting as the security operations center, operating 24/7. That's obviously the dream, but there's potential there, most certainly.
Dude, huge potential. Yeah, I love seeing that you're partnering with, with all the partners you've had already, but just like it makes sense that they tap in with somebody like you in Cyber Sentry to get them tightened up and verified and certified, and makes a lot of sense. I've been bullish on you guys from the start. Dude, I totally forgot that you were one of the original Virtuals Hackathon, participants and winners. Totally forgot about that till you were mentioning Hackathon earlier. So
Yeah.
funny how long it's been, dude.
Yeah, we was a finalist. We were in the top 18, and from 11 to 18 wasn't announced, unfortunately. Obviously, it was difficult on the hackathon because you do things to succeed and win. But when I look at the selection of winners, there's only very few that are still active. A lot of them have dropped off, and I'm proud for that point that I kept going. Didn't give up, and I took this one single service that I created and I turned it into now 6 different services that can be pulled upon from ACP and from X402, and then everything stitched up into Cyber Sentry 1, the AI-powered cybersecurity hub, and that's what we are implementing with VPay. It's going to be great to see how that develops. We've initially given away 5 subscriptions to 5 projects, and then once they're set, we're going to give away another 45 subscriptions to projects in the Virtuals protocol ecosystem. And you can see what the aim is there. The aim is to get everybody on board.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's escalating their memberships.
Dude, makes sense. Are you picking out who you're giving those to, or some kind of like contest or vetting process to pick those people?
So they're already selected, and it's partners that I'm already working with. Not all have been announced yet as in their partnerships, but it's a case of getting everybody up to a secure state. And as we know, our involvement with Ringfence and Passbook, it's just making sure that Passbook is secure in itself. Any projects that are involved within Passbook will be going through the mill of Cyber Sentry 1. And that obviously then flicks as well to the back. Any projects that is applying for a grant will go through the motions of becoming cyber safe before integrating with the ecosystem.
Good stuff, man. Really cool. Again, you should come on next week or sometime onto the show, have you on for a full show segment, whatever, but and bring your robot. It's time to show them off again.
I'll definitely bring it. We sat here, and by then I'll be able to hopefully go through the platform and just show what we are actually setting up for VPay as the first project.
Hey Lee, while I'll get you on here, as far as the token, the staking and stuff, do you know how many people are staked right now? Well, Intel took off the staking, so I don't have as much of a clue now.
The last time I looked, we had 10% staked.
No, that's still
That's
high.
not to say that everybody is in that bracket that you're aware of. I can't wait to, personally, I've done well from the project, and I can't wait for the 18th of Jan, where I can deliver that 25 million Sentry tokens to the people that have conviction in the project. It's going to be great.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
I hadn't been. You told me to check out Whale Intel recently, and I hadn't been on. And it's without Genesis, it's so different.
Yeah, it's very different.
Yeah. Interesting though. Real cool. Well, Lee, how you feeling about general like virtuals and AI stuff? Do you degen? Like, are you trading some of this stuff?
I was pre-project, but I don't trade anymore. I find it less stressful.
Smart man.
Yeah, no, I'm fully engrossed in the project. So I stay away from trading, but on the virtual side, it's obviously been through their peaks and troughs. I've stayed loyal to virtuals. I've backed them throughout. I've kept my head out of the charts and my head down developing, even during the big dips. And I don't want to be seen as a turncoat flicking towards base and X402. I think any project will be not on the right track not to consider that due to the size of it. But I'll look at every ecosystem. You know, I'm not just here to look to make virtual cyber safe, but I've started jumping on the Creator Bid show with Will and Goon just to start getting a feel for that. And I'm looking at going into every ecosystem. I gained a contact recently who's heavy in the metaverse. So there's been some agreements there on providing security in their area and actually having a metaverse shop where people can come into and gather that cybersecurity information. That's another little track we're going down. That's early stages though. But yeah, we've just trying to go back to your question. You know, I'll be with virtuals forever, let's say, because you can see exactly how they continually look to develop the software development kits and to put projects and developers like myself into a really great position. ACP and the amount of support and the quality of the software development kit, you know, it's shown that within 48 hours we'd gone from out of agent to agent to in it and actually trading. And then within a couple of weeks, hitting the top AI agent for transactions. I think that was pretty good. Clearly that came with a rather a big, at the time, all-time high when that happened. But yeah, I'm gonna stick, and I can't wait for the robotics SDK. It's gonna be great to see what it can actually do.
Man, cool stuff. But the metaverse thing's interesting. I wouldn't have, well, haven't been thinking much about metaverse, but hearing that you've got some kind of like play utility in there just makes tons of sense. Marty, now you said that, now I got to check.
Yeah,
that's good stuff, Lee.
There's actually a convention happening, a metaverse convention, and I'll be one of the representatives for cybersecurity. I believe Jesse Pollock's also speaking at it, so that's quite a big result for me to be speaking alongside Jesse Pollock on cybersecurity.
That's cool. That's where is this at?
Yeah, it was set up. It was supposed to be December. It was a con event, but they had some issues where one of the one of the sponsors had been involved in a malicious act. Let's say.
Oh no.
They've had to park it, but I'll get the details for you and I'll fire it across to you.
Dude, wild. Why aren't they doing it in the metaverse?
No, they actually are. They've built it all out. This is where the shop, all the lots of different stands are, and projects can purchase a stand within the metaverse. And obviously, Cyber Sentry's had this store shop built out where people can come and visit and tap into the services.
Good shit.
And this won't be turncoating on virtual. Virtual's protocol, I believe, will always be running the robot, and therefore running the services that I am offering to other ecosystems. Obviously, virtuals are going to benefit from that, clearly, because they're offering the SDK.
Good stuff, Lee. All right, well, we're gonna move to, I guess, kind of wrapping things up here, dude. This thing goes so fast.
How much was that buy on that candle there?
I don't know. Yeah, Lee, I don't. You probably didn't see, but we got the Zcash chart up, and this thing is just fucking ripped. Crazy thing. But if you're not trading, who cares? And I'm kind of there with you right now, man. But yeah, dude, thank you for coming up, and let's do something next week and do like a real deep dive into Cyber Century and like just walk all through, launch to now and what's coming. And good catch up, you know what I mean? But good to hear from you, dude.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Good to be here.
Heck yeah, sir. Maybe a last check in on. Let me see if I had any other of the AI stories, whatever's to hit on. Robots. We were talking about the Vader app before. Virtuals with their app, Seesaw, record data, upload it, get rewards. I can't remember if they do. Well, they have a reward leaderboard now for the app, right? Or coming, but 25,000 robot training tasks in 2 weeks. Need to see if that leaderboard's even there yet.
We still got Picasso up here. Yeah. Hey, just in, everybody's focused on robots and all the other stuff, but it doesn't mean, previous metas that we've all thought are coming aren't still coming. So like in the agentic trading side of things, I wanted to bring it up because, I've been in the AIXVC, autonomous agent trading, I don't know, for a while now. And I told you back then, like, months ago, it was, at a loss for me, like it was down. But even in all this chop right now, today I'm up 15%, like my P&L is up 15%. I'm in the Replicats trading now, back in their beta, and like it's up 25%. So the agentic trading is getting better, and I personally, as a trader, am way down through all the stuff I've done recently. So that's why, for me, I still have my eye on, all the DeFi stuff because I want AI to do it for me. It knows way better than I do. And even like I'm still watching Flagship. They've got copy trading coming out like this week, like any time now. And I don't know if you ever look at their agents, but they are cooking. So, agents are going to be out trading us. We all know this. Just because it hasn't happened yet and it's not on the radar, I just wanted to bring it up to say, hey, keep an eye on it because I still think it's going to happen.
Dude, it's just like that headline again. It doesn't work till it does work, and when it works, it fucking happens. It's the moment. Changes fucking DeFi. It does. So good shout there, man. Picasso, any last words from you, buddy?
Yeah, just was gonna drop you guys some more alpha because I've just been in the trenches researching. So I got one for Cat since he loves prediction markets, and he is right. Anybody trying to test out these trading agents, I'm working with Axel Rod, and he's up about 5%. Nothing crazy, but I'm beta testing it, and they actually told me, the team told me it was down. It wasn't even doing any trades. But luckily last week it picked up some Solana trade, and it's up about $5, which is 1%. But I'm okay. I'd rather not be negative. I mean, I only put $130, and I got lucky as a beta tester for it. So Kat is correct. I'm taking notes. I'm going to look into Replicats and Flagship because very soon AI will trade better than humans, but it needs human coordination. And speaking of prediction markets, now they're saying, and this is for you, Hudah, as well, if you predict with the Music by Virtual site, with the one prediction market they're trying to push, they're saying it's going to mint an NFT. And you're an NFT guy. I don't know what Virtuals is up to with Music by Virtuals. I've never made a prediction market. I love music. That's like my other, part of my world. But I think I will predict on their markets just to play around with it. Because if it's going to mint me an NFT, I don't know. I just tweeted.
Picasso, were you not on here when I literally talked about that and showed how they minted 1155 NFTs?
Yes, I wasn't sure what it was, so I pulled it up, and Music by Virtual just tweeted now saying if you predict on their fresh markets, they will mint you an NFT, and I don't know what an NFT could be. So it kind of ties into what Hudah likes and what you like and what I'm trying to learn. You know?
Yeah, we talked about it earlier because it's a reward airdrop, 1155 NFT, and I actually looked at it on Basescan when I did it, and that's why I was only doing $1 bets, because I mean I'm sure volume matters, but every prediction you get an NFT, so I'm just stacking those little tickets to see, and who knows, maybe there'll be nothing, but maybe it's something.
I know I'm gonna place my first one, man. It's gonna be my first ever prediction, and I know Virtuals is not gonna hit $2 by tomorrow. The market is too choppy. That's my prediction. I don't know.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm going with what you said. Hey, thanks, guys, man. A lot of alpha here, man. Always good to chop it up with you guys, man. Thanks for the opportunity, and GM to everybody.
Absolutely. Thanks for hopping up here.
Great to hear your voice, man. All right, couple final quick headlines. My browser is like melting. I have so much shit open, but we're gonna power through just for another minute here. I don't think I care about this Udi tweet, other than I still think there's some fuckery coming with MicroStrategy or just strategy. I don't know, guys. I feel something's happening there. Trump's Genius Act debate heats up. Coinbase argues non-issuers should be allowed to pay stable coin interest. Okay, whatever. But this is the one that got my attention. I believe it, dude. I think everything just hinges on the government reopening. It's that simple. And until it does, this market will do what? I think we'll be back to 103. And we might be down to 92 and 93. I don't know, but we're just going to sit in some big old open range here, not going to do any price discovery until we're reopened. And at that point, game the fuck on. And we'll find out what assets are going to survive for the next, what I think is like a good year or so of some like fun market. We'll see. Cool Cat's coming to the other side metaverse. We knew that was coming, right? From like they're pointing out that trailer years ago with everybody who's going to be in other side. It's finally happening. Other side metaverse opens next week. The persistent metaverse, which is cool. I don't know why this popped up on my timeline, but D-Gods just tweeting out some I don't know if they got merch coming out. I thought D-Gods were done. Maybe it's Frank. Frank is done with them, but right. D-God something. And then final thing, this is where I'm struggling with my browser to get the tweet, but there's a new strategy token that went live. Actually, I think it might go live today. Did you see the Naka strategy? Did you see that by chance, Cats?
Yeah, I saw the announcement. I've honestly just ended up staying out of them.
Probably a smart way to go, given how it's gone. So many people are saying like they don't work and like pointing and being like, I told you. I'm like, I just think it's the market's so ass. I actually like strategy tokens, but okay, they fucking got me, or they didn't get me. I'm just dumb, and I think a lot of other people misunderstood this too. I thought this was Nakamigos, right? I thought it was Nakamigo strategy. I'm like, okay, whatever, don't care. It's not. It's Rare Pepe #1, right? So it's pointed at an NFT collection that has like 300 editions, and they're worth 100 something $1,000 or whatever. Like that's kind of interesting. I don't think it'll play out well, but interesting because I wonder if people will look at that as like fractional ownership of an asset they just will never be able to afford, kind of like a CryptoPunk, but like much smaller supply. So I think it's interesting. I don't think it's a play. Maybe it is. I don't know, but I had to at least bring it up because it's different and interesting, and I like it. And I'm not the only one who thought it was Nakamigos. So funny. Somebody swept up Nakamigos and probably regretting life today. Yikes. I think that'll do it, Cats. Any other big stories, topics, whatever we might have missed?
You got everything on my radar.
There we go. Hang on, Moonship. Let's see. Have we seen anybody get good NFT polls from the Magic Eden packs? I haven't been following a lot other than like the high level, like how much volume they're doing. Haven't been paying attention to who's pulling what and what they're doing with them. So I don't know. I just assume people are pulling some good shit there.
I haven't paid attention to Magic Eden, honestly.
Yeah, well, maybe that changes at some point. But all right, we'll wrap there, guys. Thank you for tuning in to the Friday show. Always a treat having you guys come and chat too. So Lee, thank you, and Picasso, thank you. Fun show, lots going on, and hopefully next Friday we're back with a much different market. We'll see. Give us a follow at CryptoSlam over on YouTube. Follow CryptoSlam.io over on X. Join Slam Nation, by the way, if you are a builder, and this is for you, even Lee too, especially you. If you're building in this space, you want to come join our Slam Nation ecosystem. Hey, look, it's just a bunch of devs putting our heads together and building and sharing tips and ideas. And tapping into the SlamAI data. We'll give you all free credits. Get tapped in. Come on the show. We'll support you, all that good stuff. Go to the CryptoSlam account. Just check out the pinned tweet, and there's a link to it there. I just got to skip on through. But the Swarm _AI. Look, the most important right now, follow Cats. He's fucking awesome. Give him a follow. I'll drop it in the chat. Cats is cooking. We'll let him reveal when it's his time. But Cats is cooking. And finally, you can follow me at Hudah _idiot. I'll be live this weekend on personal channels. We'll be vibing. I mean, we stream for hours on the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. So go follow me, and tomorrow morning we'll be live. I have the Wave 3 guys, or Wave, whatever however you say it, whatever, coming on Sunday. Just doing a fun catch up on a weekend thing. I'm just going to start bringing guests on the weekend too, short, casual, whatever. So that'll be on Sunday, I think 10 a.m. Eastern time. I'll get a tweet out for that. That's it. Boys, have a great weekend. We will see you. Goodbye.